Welcome back, my friends and fellow gamers, to my Long War II playthrough. We're back for episode 21. So, we've got everything going here. We've got one mission on the books here, and hopefully we can get things going. Oh, something new has popped up here. 8 days, a corporal, a gifted, extremely light. Okay, so... infiltration, fixed evac, 16 turns, revealed start. Okay, so this is going to be a get the person out there. You already start with the person. So that shouldn't be too bad with an extremely light. So okay, so make all weapons available. Make all armor available. Make all utility items available. Okay. Build items. Okay. Shaped charge. Tracer rounds. AP. Do we have room for... no, we don't have any room for any more because we don't have any advent corpses. Okay. And we only have one Illyrium left, so we're a little bit light there as well. Far strobe, I don't really use that. Photon rifle, could kind of use that. That's the sniper rifle. Laser stun gun, that's the SMG. So let's... nothing really there that I want to build. Alright, so let's look at, let's make a light team of low level characters. So we'll take Gunner, we'll take a, who's our lowest level Shinobi? This one. Let's take her. Specialist. Who's our lowest level specialist? Okay, this guy is, I think. Yeah. So, he'll go. And then... let's take... sharpshooter, and I know that there's a really beefed up gun that he can take with him. Okay, and so need someone for close combat here. Not an assault. No, we haven't used this gifted in a while. He needs to level up. Alright, so that, let's change out his weapon though. To one of these. Alright. So that should give us a decent squad, and since it's extremely light, they shouldn't have too many problems. So we'll go ahead and send those people off.
In position for deployment.
Alright, so they'll start their infiltration. And let's see what else is. Oh, retaliation. Okay. And it's in that worst place of ever. Defend the Resistance Haven. Evac with flare.
Setting course for the West African sector.
Okay. Quick response. Evac with flare. Revealed start. Okay, so that means I want 2 Shinobis. two that can run around and slice things up. Alright, so we're going to take the Ranger of Danger here. Let's take... let's take this guy. Okay, we need a specialist. Almost always. So let's take this guy here. Okay, oh, we can have as many as 10, so I'm going to be loading this down. Let's take Grenadier. Any more gunners? Gunner. Another Ranger. So those Rangers are very versatile. Okay. Let's say a gifted to round out the package. And do we have another assault available? Yes, we do. Okay. Do we want to? Let's give him one. All right, weapons. Laser. Scary. Laser. Okay, let's swap out some of these guys. Remove. And remove. Now let's get some more gunners in here. Gunner. Do I have another gunner? I do not. So let's do this. Let's say, let's go build one more gun. Yeah, let's build build another laser rifle. Okay. And that gives us everybody rocking the best that they can rock. Alright. Well, let's get this mission started. Now, this mission might be a bit longer than normal, just due to the general fact
Sky Ranger,
that
get in position to
the
drop.
chances of this being a good mission are very low. It's probably going to be a long and painful slog.
Remote reconnaissance picked up heavy comms traffic from alien forces moving to attack a resistance outpost in this region.
It's a
We're the only
siege.
ones with any chance of stopping them. We're heading in to lock
crud.
down the area. Neutralize all hostile contacts with extreme prejudice.
Alright, so I probably should have brought a technical. Or 2, or 10. A couple of rockets would probably have been nice. Alright, so the hard part of these missions is that every round a new squad of enemies drops in. Alrighty, so I wanted to let you know that due to an error in the recording, I lost some of the footage and sound information because the recording just kind of went, and so we don't have any of the audio for this battle. So this is an interesting battle because the Long War II changes the different types of missions that you can have for these resistance raids, and this one is actually works out for me really well because what's happening is there's a set number of enemy squads and there'll also be reinforcements dropping in, but there are no actual civilians on the map, so I don't have to worry about my civilians being killed off at all because they're effectively protected, and all I have to do is hold out for the 10 rounds that are going on in this battle. So I had tried to fix the problem by restarting the mission, which is why it looks like I kind of know where things are, and it didn't actually solve the problem, so I'm stuck with having a little bit of pre-knowledge in this battle as to where the first 2 pods of enemies are, which is just directly north of that cross section there. Like, you'll see them in a moment, they'll become readily visible, and so all I'm doing is stacking up my troops for the eventual Overwatch smackdown that they're going to get. But in the meantime, let's go ahead. I've sped up the footage so that my because the actual recording, even after I clipped off the part where I had to restart because I realized that the audio had failed for some reason, was like over an hour and a half, and I was just like, oh, that's a bit excessive for length. So I've sped it up to about 150%. So this is just the footage now. That first pod is actually really scary with 3 freaking 3 of the sectoids, because those sectoids are really nasty. But fortunately, like I said, because I've got laser weapons, and laser weapons have a standing high bonus to their aim just on their own, and my guys are already fighting pretty good in that regard, we're able to basically almost completely wipe out this enemy squad just first order of business, and that is really, really useful. So and then there's the second squad, and they're going to go ahead and come charging in here, and we're going to see if we can't lighten their brain cells up a bit. Miss him. And so, looking at the situation, there comes a third squad. And you can see how these battles can be really, really intense. So, it's not at all a big chance that we're going to end up facing off against more than we can handle, as long as we keep things under control. So like I pull him up here and I want to take that guy, but you know, I'd hoped that I could pop that guy and it just didn't work out. So instead I'm gonna move my, I think I moved my grenadier up. Yeah, first I'm having my guy send the gremlin up to collect all the goodies. And that guy's actually going to get trained up as a team leader after this battle. But let's see here. And I'm keeping the shinobis kind of well hidden at the moment because I want them to stay sort of out of the limelight. Now since I'm exposed and I can't really afford anything else, I'm pulling the team back into cover because I had them pretty much all standing out in the open. And I can't obviously keep that up. Okay, and get him up there. Now the gunners are actually really cool because the gunners are possibly some of the most deadly of my soldiers just because of their ability to rain down death. Oh, another squad. Hello, boys. So I decide that's enough. I've had enough of that. So I start looking at what I can do, and he's the one that I want to take care of. Because he's an outlier. Minimum damage will still kill him, but he's far enough away, and so I'm basically setting up for as many kills in this round as I can manage. So now I decide to go ahead and pop a grenade over on the take a shot at this guy, and I'm going to eventually move my other grenadier up and pop those other two that are behind the tree. Yeah, I think it's it's where this is where I'm like looking at what I can do against them, and I say, okay, you know what, let's move the grenadier up. Yeah, there we go. Because I start looking at what I can do with it, and I'm like, okay, I can't hit either of those guys, but I can hit them. So I pop a shot, and he's got so many grenades on him that it's kind of important to just keep laying into people with his grenades. He's got 4 grenades. Just constantly spamming the grenades out on people makes him very, very useful. So, and what you see is as the rounds are going on, I'm having people from some of the civilian soldiers are joining me. So I'm getting like this extra boost of troops as we go along, and that is very, very useful because it means I get more and more sort of like second line firepower. They're not very useful because they only have, you know, like standard machine guns and stuff, but at the same time those standard machine guns let me have, you know, a couple of extra damage, you know, a couple of extra turns, a few more grenades on the field, and so that just gets me one more option. And so here comes yet another enemy squad. So they're laying a smackdown on us here, and that one I was less than happy with, just because there could have been more for that. So we keep just fighting through, and I have to say that the two guys on that back tree, Todd and Kevin, are probably my favorite two guys. Just because, like, in this battle, they carry a lot of weight in terms of just the amount of firepower that they end up putting down range, because they're both like Overwatch masters. The Todd character actually gets like 2 Overwatches every time, so he can fire at 2 different people from his Overwatch, and the other guy is geared so that no matter what they do, they pretty much trigger his Overwatch. And so you can see we're popping more grenades downrange here, just trying to thin them out a little bit. So move this guy up here along the side, because we've blown away this guy's side cover, so might as well put him down. So we're just cycling through and seeing who can do what. I'm trying to keep him hidden, so I don't want to give away his position, because those Shinobis really do give me an early warning when the next squad is coming in, and so even though they're not getting anything to level up all that much, just being there, being able to tell me what's on the way, they are extremely useful. They're more useful if I have a sniper to go with them, because a good sniper with squad sight can just simply reach out and crush people at the distance of the range. So I figure, alright, I'll just shoot this one, see how it turns out, and it turns out she blasts him right in the face, which is awesome. So a couple of things are going to happen here, and so we're overwatching our way through all of this here. I believe I'm getting everybody up and into Overwatches. Because I have to try and maintain a counteraction for when they get in close. And this one is really kind of funny. So they come into range, they spot us, and this guy comes right up to my Shinobi. Now he can't know it because my Shinobi, and there's a second squad that's in a flanking position that we just became aware of. But that sectoid can't know that he's just basically killed himself. So we put down the zombie or whatever, and this guy is actually going to hit one of my dudes and take off his armor. Her armor, sorry. It's one of my gifted. So he's gonna try and mind control that unit there, but because that unit's far enough away, she can't see my Shinobi. So, but the thing is that being where that guy is, my Shinobi's in striking range. Not like I run up and attack him, but like I can just do the slash attack for him standing next to me. And for those of you who haven't used a Shinobi, that means I can attack him twice and just lay a continuous beat down until he dies. Now, I really wish that I had the ability for the Shinobi to go back into cover. That would be super awesome. Be able to, once in a round, be able to have my Shinobi turn around and be like, up, and now I'm invisible again. I thought about giving him the pistols, but there's so that shadow pistol or whatever, but it's so inconsistent that I don't think that it is really all that great. So it's not one of those things that I'm going to be trying to do. And so here you see me deploying the rest of my team to try and take down or mess with this squad of aliens that have shown up on our backside. And fortunately we're able to pop a flashbang over to disorient both of the two that are close enough to us. And so I'm going to peel off some of these guys that are on one side away and try to get getting close and start hammering the aliens and get them off my flank real quick. So, and again, I'm using a lot of the gunners, because with the gunners with the rifles that they have, they tend to have a bonus to hit on top of the bonus for it being laser weapons, so they just tend to do better for me. And so here I'm pulling team members back over this way to try and take these guys out before they can give me trouble. Okay, I'm just gonna try and shoot this guy, but not gonna get any luck with it. It's kind of a given at this point. Okay. Alright, I realize I can't get to those guys, so instead I bring this guy up here to launch a little grenade love. I want to make sure I get them both, so pop that grenade just right so that it blows up right between them, hits them both. And then I'll make both of them simple work to mop up after the fact, so I can go ahead and peel off my assault here, because I want to put that snake down really badly. Those snakes, I do not like them at all. They are a pain in the ass. So by engaging his run and gun, I'm just gonna drop this guy over, put the flank on, and just blap him in the face. And as you can see, we've got another person who's shown up at this point. And we've put her into Overwatch, and we're going to go ahead and take a shot, I think. Oh yeah. I'm going to move her up to here and get another Overwatch on. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give them, take enough shots at them on my turn so that I can lay a bit of a beat down on them. But I also want to put enough firepower down range, or enough Overwatches in, so that when they try to maneuver, outmaneuver me, that I still get a chance to take them out in the middle of it. So we're just going ahead and moving through here, and the rest of this is pretty much box standard. It's going to be holding this position, shifting my troops a little bit, and basically just trying to cut the enemies down in small groups so that they don't have a chance to bring any real hurt on me. So rather than pushing much further here, I'm going to go ahead and just put on some music and let you enjoy the battle as it unfolds, and we'll come back at the end once we've got the score screen.